Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, and today I will be trying Nova from the anime Magic Knife Ray Art by the mangaka Clamp. Now in the beginning you see the original line art for Nova, as well as some little thumbnails, as I call them, of me testing out some colors that I wanted to do for the background. At the beginning I thought it was going to be really cool just to have a simple color for the background, but then I realized that it would just that it would look way too simple and boring, and I decided that I should add just a little bit of flowers and maybe a moon that is not the type of moon that you will see in the real world. You also see me that the drawing has I want to say varnish, but I believe that's not the right word. I have put some masking fluid liquid on top of the part of the drawing that I want to keep white. Sorry. And for the background, I am using a Cerealia blue from my Shinhan watercolors. I don't have the exact color in front of me, so I can't remember it, but I believe it was a Prussian blue type of color. Also, I did 2 coats of this color. I did the first one on a wet, and then once it had dried a little bit more, I went on top really fast with another coat. So I did 2 coats. I didn't show me doing the second quote. The colors for the character, I had the most trouble for her clothing. I know I wanted her to wear black, but I also wanted to do some white, since she is sort of the antagonist slash not main bad guy, but one of the main bad guys for the second season of Magic Knife Ray Art. I was, doodling back and forth which color I should use. Finally, I went with black. Kind of regretted it later on because there's some frills going on the bottom part of her dress, and once I put the black color on top of it, it's just, you couldn't see that anymore. Or when I tried to do the line art on top of it, it didn't work out, but it still looks cool in my point of view, so I'm happy with it. Maybe later on I'll decide to just draw her with a pure white dress, who knows. Also for the moon, I decided to use a dark green mixed in with some brown and some blue, to give it this sort of a natural look to the moon, because I didn't want it to represent any sort of moon that you will see out in the real world. Having said that, I want to talk about why I chose to do a fan art of Nova. When I was very little, one of my first memories that I have of the anime that I've watched was Magic Knife Ray Art. I loved it. It was awesome. I still have bits of memories of that show, but not enough. So then, forwarding some years into the future, which is now, I've got my hands on the full, complete anime of Magic Knife Ray Art, and I was so surprised, because as I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, I remember that, and I remember that scene, and that was the best thing ever, right? But then along came the second season, and I kind of have completely wiped out characters that came in that second season, and one of those characters being none other than Nova. Now, I do remember having read the trilogy of the manga back when I was still in high school, and I don't think I ever saw Nova's character in the manga. I could be wrong, but I don't remember ever having seen her. So I think, or I believe, this is a character that was made properly and only for the anime, I believe. And if I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments down below. But why I loved Nova so much, and she's stuck in my mind for so long. And there's some spoilers coming up, so if you don't want to listen to the spoilers, you can skip all the way to the end and see the complete drawing. But we'll be talking a little bit about the character right now. So at the end of the first season, as we all know, Hikaru, Fu, and Omi are revealed the truth that the person they have to kill turns out to be none other than Princess Esmeralda of Zephyro. And of course, it's a very heart-tugging moment, but they go through the mission and then they get transported back to Tokyo. And I guess we have all seen, or if you haven't, the first season ends up with them all hugging and crying because this was a very painful decision. They didn't even know they had to do this. So the fast forward, it's been a few months, I believe, and Hikaru is sort of like still regretting that decision. She's been more melancholic, and so they return back. When they return back, the video is a complete mess. There's a new bad guy that comes from the shadow, and they must defeat it. And among the captains, I could say, of the back villain, Nova is there. And I don't know, they don't know who she is, they don't know why she looks so much like Hikaru. And as the second season progresses, you start learning that Nova is actually the regret and the sadness and those feelings that she didn't want to accept when she went and killed Princess Esmeralda at the end of the first season. And I don't know about you guys, but for me that just blew my mind so much, because I believe we've all seen that anime in where the main character does something that goes against what he said he would do, and he begins to mope and just be sad about it and think about it all the time and just staring through nothing and just thinking about this bad mistake that he has done or she has done. And you're like, okay, dude, you get it, move on. But then there's also those animes in where the character says that they will never do that, they end up doing it, and by next episode they just completely forgotten about the thing. There was no moping, no brooding, no feeling bad about it, just I had to do what I had to do even if it was against my belief. And you're going, I think you should be brooding a little bit more here, okay? Work with us. So for me, Magic Knight Rare, especially the second season, to see that conflict being personified as Nova, it is so, in a psychological way, so genius. Because Hikaru really wants her to stop doing this bad thing she's doing, but she doesn't know why she's doing them. She doesn't know who this girl is. She doesn't necessarily want to kill her, and of course if she were to kill her, she will be pretty much killing a part of herself right there with Nova. Of course, Nova, on the other hand, she's brainwashed by the main villain of the story into thinking that in order for Hikaru to like her, she must kill all her friends and destroy and just make Hikaru completely miserable. And then she will be like, so Nova, really all she wants to is to be loved by Hikaru. She wants Hikaru to be able to accept the regret and the sadness of her decision, which is her, and love her. And that is such a genius way to put a conflict in a character's mind where he's like, I did something that I wasn't completely agreeing with, I am suffering, how do I deal with it? And just bringing that to life with the personification of Nova was so genius. I cannot even come to tell you guys how amazing the whole revelation and just this character was. I also kind of have a little bit of a soft spot for villains. So when you start making the villain look more human, like the decisions he made seem more human, like what if you have been in his place, would you've done the same thing, really makes you care about him too, or she as well. So I think it was wonderfully done. I think it is super amazing, and I can say without confidence, like, I can now check the bucket list of drawing Nova out of my bucket list, of course. Sorry, I'm just making so many mistakes when I speaking. As I wanted to let you guys know that coming up on minute 11, I show you guys 3 materials that I've used to finish the paint, which was my Sakura pens, the Dr. P.H. Martin white ink, and a calligraphy pen nib size or number 512. I didn't show me doing any of the line art or using the pen nib because I just thought it was gonna make it super longer, and I never really want to make this video so long because I know you have things to do. But if you want to know the complete list of the tools that I use, it will be down in the description box. So don't forget to check the description box below. I can tell you how much you should not pass or miss the chance to check that one out, as well as to check out the links to my social media such as Instagram, Facebook, and AMINO. You know the dealio. Lastly, I will be leaving you guys with the final look at the drawing. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're a new viewer. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you have liked this video too as well. And for today's video question is this: in anime or comic book or manga, graphic novel, all those nice medias, name your favorite villain and the name of the story they come from. I would love to know. And well guys, this has been it. I'll be logging off, and I'll be seeing you. Bye-bye.